Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, Season 9, Episode 11. So, you may be wondering, why is it so dark in here when I'm recording MLP? Well, I'm recording this on Friday, a day early. And now you may be wondering, how am I doing that? How am I recording the episode a day before it airs? Well, Italy apparently released the episodes early for some reason. I hate it when other countries do this, by the way. However, I'm deciding to, because of that, since they are in English, to record my reaction for this episode at least a day early, because tomorrow, Saturday, or technically today is when you're seeing this, I will be at Motor City Pride in Detroit. So I won't have as much time to probably be able to record this, so I'm recording it early just to be safe. So yeah, that being said, I have no idea about anything about this episode. Despite a couple of the episodes being released early and stuff, I have heard no spoilers, which I'm very happy about. I'm very glad that people are staying away from the spoilers for the early releases this time. The other countries' early releases, because last season it was a lot harder to avoid spoilers. This time I've heard nothing. I've not even seen any hints of anything. So maybe some people just don't even know about it, which, I mean, hey, I'm not going to complain. But yeah, I was told about that this morning, actually, in the live stream. Again, recording this on Friday. So yeah, again, I'm getting to it now. I know nothing. I have no clue about anything this is going to involve. I don't know characters. I don't know title. But I'm very excited to find out, because Season 9 has been great so far. Not perfect. A couple of the episodes have been a little less than, well, the others, mainly. But overall, I think it's been a fantastic season and a really great way to just close out an amazing series that began 9 years ago. So yeah, we're just not going to waste any time. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, so this episode I kind of view from two different angles, and they are almost kind of conflicting, and this rarely happens to me on an episode. So I'm going to talk about my thoughts on the episode from both sides, one after the other. First, I'm going to talk about it from just the side of entertainment value. In entertainment value, this episode was freaking phenomenal. It was funny, it was cute, it was poignant in terms of its messages and ideas, and it had some of the best interactions with this group of friends we've had. I like the concept of, even though it's been done quite a lot in various media, the concept of a character being overworked and having trouble finding that balance between work and life. Because as I've said in the past, that is an important balance to have. If you're working, you also have to make time for life. You can't just put everything into your work, because then it takes a massive toll on you and your relationships with others. And I know at the end, Trixie specifically said, "Oh, it affects especially me," but it's like, you know that Trixie also meant Starlight, because no matter how you view it, yes, she's still arrogant, but she does care about Starlight. It is definitely affecting Starlight to the point where she's just not able to have a proper life. And so it's troublesome. Now I have to go to the side where I have to view it as, like, thinking more how the episode works or doesn't in turn. I guess you could just call it a more critical view of it. Um, there's a couple things that I maybe just from my perspective, just from my first viewing, I didn't quite get. One of which was the delivery of the lesson at the end. It felt like it was kind of rushed through, and it felt like they didn't give it enough focus. It just didn't feel like it didn't feel like a big lesson was learned. Let's put it that way. Also, the way everything was kind of solved in the end with Silverstream, it's like, I don't know, it just felt like it was a little too simple. Like, just, okay, she's not where anyone, where they looked at all, anywhere before, blah, I can't speak. She's in the clubhouse where it's like, okay, I can get behind the idea, okay, didn't even think about that somehow. I guess just from the panic. Um, but it's like she's just there and she's fine and nothing was wrong, and it's like I can even kind of get behind the idea that Silverstream might know how to handle a cockatrice because of Fluttershy being one of her teachers. But it just seemed like it was just too simple. Like the actual solution, it's just like was too obvious, too simple. Like there wasn't a lot of thought put into it. But maybe that's kind of the point. Maybe it's supposed to be like, oh, if one of those situations where the last place you look or the last place you think of looking or whatnot, that kind of trope. Um, I don't know. It just felt a little weird to me in the end. Um, Also, I loved Maud in this episode, and I loved the jokes and the things she was saying. But I feel like it was a little. I'm a little conflicted on her attitude towards Mudbriar being turned to stone. Because I don't know. I understand her love for rocks and stone and everything. But I feel like even Maud would understand the peril of that situation a little more than she did. I feel like it almost kind of felt like she was too okay with it. And I don't know, it just was a little weird to me. And again, not by any means was it unentertaining. It was exceptionally entertaining and fun. Um, but yeah, from a more critical point of view, it just felt a little off. Um, Also, some of the characters I almost feel like didn't need to be there. Like Starlight, Trixie, Terramar, they made a lot of sense. Maud, maybe a little. But Mudbriar and Sunburst really didn't need to be there. I don't feel like they really did much of anything. Mudbriar, the most he did was be Mudbriar and have a couple little moments where he actually showed a good amount of emotion for him. Um, and Sunburst was pretty much pointless. Like Sunburst really didn't need to be there. He didn't really have anything to add to the episode. I also feel like the entire search for this entire search scene at the end took a little long. Like it took a little longer than it needed to. Um, I don't know. I just feel like there's a couple little things they could have executed a little better. And again, that's not to say that this episode was bad, but a couple things were just a little off to me. Not bad, just kind of off. Overall, I did love this episode. Again, I really love the interactions between characters. I love the jokes. There was so much fucking great humor in this. There was some great facial expressions, as this season has definitely been stepping it up with. And overall, I did like the message and the story. So, all in all, I would consider this a win. But I definitely have to see it more to really get a good feel for it. As with any show, as with any episode of any show that I react to on this channel, you got to remember that these reactions are my initial thoughts. They are my first thoughts after having seen the episode once. And I'm not one of those people who see every little thing, who are able to analyze every little meaning behind everything. I have to see an episode multiple times to really get a feel for what I think of it. So it's definitely going to take another watch or two. But I mean, overall, I probably will still enjoy it going forward. I just don't know to what degree in comparison to currently. Heck, I might see things in rewatches that make me change my views on some of those other issues I had from a critical standpoint. Heck, I might even really, upon rewatches, feel that they don't really hinder the episode any, and they're just kind of nitpicks. We'll just kind of have to see. But either way, there is a lot to love with this, much more so than the stuff I nitpicked about there, honestly, doesn't take away from my enjoyment of the episode. They're just little nitpicks, little things. Nothing about them hurts the fact that I love this episode and that it was hilarious, it was funny, it was, well, I mean, kind of the same thing, but it was fun to watch, and I can't wait to see it again. But tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 9, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.
And though you've come through